Welcome back to the channel. As you saw on the TV there, today we're making some fire department awards. Now these are plaques in the shape of a Maltese cross that has the American flag on it that we customize with the person's name, their years in service, whatever they really want. These are two-layered signs. The bottom layer is polished aluminum diamond plate, and then the top layer we cut out a 16 gauge steel and we paint it red and blue, and the diamond plate serves as the white part or the background of the flag. This is something that we sell. We ship them all over the country. Fire departments use them for retirement awards, year in service awards, that kind of stuff. We also have a version for police officers, and they're really neat. Once they're all painted up and that diamond plate that sticks behind them, they really pop and they look nice hanging on the wall. So you see the machine here just going to work. It's cutting at 250 inches a minute, has a torch height control voltage at 78, and right now I got the machine set at 45 amps. Now to give everyone an idea of how long this stuff takes, we did a run where we cut out 9 of these all in one shot, and it took the machine an hour and 30 minutes to cut out 9 of these. They're 15 inches wide and 15 inches tall, or square if you will, and to do 9, which was about half of a sheet, it took right at an hour and a half. And again, that's cutting at 250 inches a minute. And here you can see the machine just finishing up the cut on this second piece. The Hypertherm 45XP, which is the plasma torch that we use, the plasma cutter that we use, works really great. So here we're setting up to cut the back of it, or the aluminum diamond plate. Now, in order to do that, it takes different settings, a different set of consumables, so we got to change out the consumables, or the actual torch tip on our torch, in order to cut that diamond plate, and that's what we're doing here. You see us check it out and look at those consumables, because they are, as the name implies, consumables, so they wear out and you have to change them and put new ones in ever so often. So with the aluminum diamond plate set up on the table, we set the machine to 0 and hit go. And then it goes out, and on this run it's just cutting out 2 of them, but you can see how well it does. It's a real simple cut for it. Here we're just back to our bench with the magnetic clamp, and we're just cleaning up those pieces that we cut. We'll clean up the backs real good, hit the fronts real lightly, and get them ready for paint. On these type of pieces, this type of work, I like to use an older flat piss, one that's kind of worn in a little bit. It's not as aggressive, doesn't dig or eat into the metal as much, and it works just fine to knock down the little bit of dross that's on this 16 gauge. So here, after everything's all cleaned up, we just hit it with some automotive type primer. This is primer that we can wet sand, and has a little bit of a filler in it too. So we prime the pieces and set them aside so they can dry. While those are drying, we grab the aluminum pieces or the backs and we just knock that dross off that edge, whatever little dross there is. We'll clean up the backs, get any of that stuff off of it, and clean up the fronts. Hey Matt, what are you spraying on that stuff?
So in this bottle is our own proprietary blend of, well, stuff that will polish any metal to a bright, shiny finish just like that inside this bottle.
Proprietary or proprietary? There's not an extra R in there. Either way, that stuff sounds awesome. So we're just laying out a hole here so we can drill it someplace so they can stick a nail in and hang this thing on the wall. We'll throw it on the drill press, and if we have 7 or 8 of them, we'll drill them all at the same time. After we've let the primer get good and dry, we'll sand them nice and smooth, knock down anything that might be a little bit rough, and get ready for the blue color. That's the blue. We just sprayed that one little section, that's all we need to do, and then after it's good and dry, we'll take and tape off that blue so we can spray the red. And now the big reveal. We peel that tape off to see the blue and the red. Once that's good and dry, now we take and we're wet sanding this because we're going to spray a clear coat over it, 2 coats of clear. So this wet sand's important. We get any imperfections or anything out of that red and blue that we might have in there. So we got just a little bit of soap and some in that water bottle, and we're using 320 grit wet sandpaper to wet sand these pieces. The thing with wet sanding is you don't want to sand through that paint at all, so just very light sanding. And once it's all cleaned up, this is the first coat of clear. Now after 2 coats of clear, we get ready to apply it to the diamond plate back. We use some all-purpose 100% silicone, which is a really good adhesive for this application. Put it on the back of the piece, stick it on the diamond plate, repeat the process for each one. Then we box them up and get them ready for shipping. And no, it's not pizza. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Check us out on Instagram at 2 Guys Make Stuff and subscribe to this channel. Thanks again.